Hello. So, good day everyone. So, we are on our week 5. So, our topic for today is building electrical materials and equipment. So, so as a primer to this topic, we will discuss the power transmission and distribution. So, at the power station, electricity is usually generated in range of 2.4 kilovolts to 13.2 kilovolts. So, ang production ng kuryente ay nag-start sa power station or meron pa dito kunwari planta tsaka yung power station. Tapos itong mga power station kasi ay yung mga NGCP natin, yung mga national grid. So, ito transmit nila ito papunta sa ating substation na ito. So, ito mga substation na ito is pwedeng Soreco, APEC, Caselco, mga ganyan. So, pagka dating dito sa power substation, i-distribute nila ito sa mga household, residential, sa mga commercial users at industrial. Pero kung mapapansin nyo, bago mapunta dun yung kuryente sa ating mga sa power station ay tinetransmit ito sa high voltage transmission lines or yung mga nakita nating mga matataas na tower. So, at the power station, electricity is usually generated in 2.4 kilovolts to 13.2 kilovolts. 13.2 kilovolts. So, pagkagaling dito sa power station ay yung voltahe na dumadalo dito sa ating mga transmission line is nag-range from 2.4 to 13.2. For economical transmission over long power lines, a step-up transformer step-up voltage to 39 kilovolts. So, para sinabing for economical transmission, ay tinataasan yung voltahe. So sa past lesson natin, tinataas yung voltahe para lumiit yung current kasi yung power na dumadaloy dito is equal. So pag tinaas natin yung voltahe is liliit yung current. So pag lumiit yung current is yung resistance sa wire is liliit rin. Kasi 'di ba yung wire natin is may resistance. Tsaka nagpo-produce rin ito ng voltahe pag may dumadaloy na na current. So So, ang tawag doon ang tawag doon sa na-produce sa voltage sa wire is voltage drop. So, or loss. Pwedeng sabihin natin na loss. Kasi 'di ba, wari, ito yung wire natin. Yung wire 'di ba natin is may resistance siyang past lesson natin is RP LA. So, kailangan ang dumadaloy dito na kuryente sa high voltage transmission, ang power na dumadaloy dito is equal lang. Kahit taasan mo yung voltage or liitan yung current. So, tinataasan dito yung voltage para lumait yung current. Kasi 'di ba yung power natin is IV. So, pag tumaas yung voltage ay lilit yung current. So, pag lumait yung current is uh, yung ma-induce dito na voltage or ma-voltage dito na dadaan, kunyari voltage drop natin dito is I tsaka times R ng wire. So, ang voltage drop natin, dahil pinalit natin ng R is, yung voltage drop natin dito is maliit rin. Kaya, tinatransmission in high voltage. So, kaya is now being explored. So, ultra high voltage transmission is now being explored for equipment and lines rated for 1100 kilovolts. Power transmission at high voltage requires less amperage, kaya sabi ko kanina, pag tinasan nyo yung voltahe, less amperage, and subsequently, there are lower power losses in the transmission line. So, to avoid the danger of high voltage power transmission through populated areas, power substations located near housing developments step down the transmission voltage. So, so pagkadating ng high voltage dito sa power substation is para mas safe sa consumers natin is i-step down ulit nila yung high voltage para ma-utilize ng residential natin. So, pwedeng mag-range to 1,000 volts yung mga wires natin papunta sa mga bahay. Tsaka pagdating dun sa bahay, so kunwari galing na dito sa Soreco, galing ng Soreco is pupunta na siya dito sa mga lines diba natin. So, mga linya natin. So, pwedeng magdaloy dito is nasa 600 volts or 1,000 volts. 1,000 volts. So, papunta to dito sa so, paano to magagamit sa bahay natin? So, dadaan muna to sa transformer. So, yung nakikita nating mga malaking gray sa mga poste. So, ito yung itong transformer na to, ito rin ay nag-step down ng voltahe para magamit natin to 220 volts para magamit natin sa mga bahay natin. So, yun yung kung paano napaparating yung power punta sa ating mga bahay. So, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming mga pagbabrownout dito ay kadalasan yung mga tinatamaan ay yung power station or yung high voltage transmission line, yung mga may mga nakakasabit na vine or mga nagdidikita na wire at saka sa ating substation. Yun yung kadalasan nagkakaroon ng mga fault wirings ay mga fault na linya. So ito yung mga types, classification ng voltage. So meron tayong low voltage, level not exceeding 1,000 volts, medium voltage 1 kilovolts up to 34.5 kilovolts, at high voltage exceeding 34.5 kilovolts to 30 kilovolts, and extra high voltage 230 kilovolts up to 765 kilovolts. So, ito yung simplify na paano ma-transmit yung power natin papunta sa mga bahay natin. So, next is punta tayo sa service entrance. So, service entrance conductors, underground or overhead service entrance conductors carry power from a transformer through a metering device to the building service disconnects. Overhead wires extend from a pole-mounted distribution transformer to the building service entrance and are generally referred to as service drop. So, ito yung service drop natin. Literal na wire, overhead wires. So, power enters the drop through the service entrance. The service entrance includes the electric meter that measure the amount of energy delivered through home and service panel. So, ito yung service entrance natin that houses the circuit breakers or fuses. So, the service panel also distribute power to the various circuits in the house. So, the service drop started as 120 volts lines and a neutral conductor. The three lines may be independent conductors or housed in a three-conductor called triplex cable. So, kadalasan yung service entrance, diba natin, yung wire galing sa mga poste papunta sa bahay natin is dalawang wire lang yon, isang live na 120 volts at isang neutral conductor na pag dinikit mo sila ay meron kang 230 volts or 220 volts. So, ito naman is itong system na to is the three conductors comprising the service drive consists of two hot lines and one neutral. Each line has a potential of 120 volts to the neutral line. Between the two hot lines, there's a different potential of 240 volts. This is why the service is identified as a 120-240 service. This concept is illustrated in the figure. So, sa ibang lugar ay merong tatlong wire na pumapasok papuntang service entrance. So, kung comprise ito ng dalawang 120 at isang neutral na 0 volts. So, itong 120, pag dinikit mo, meron kang 240 volts. Ay pag nagkuha ka ng source sa breaker mo, kasi dalawa, 'di ba 'yon? Sa AC, 'di ba? Meron tayong sasaksakan, 'di ba? AC. So, pwede magbaliktadan. So, pag ito yung kinonekta mo saksakan, meron kang 240 volts. Pag ito naman, meron kang 120 volts. So, ito yung halimbawa na makikita mo papunta sa mga bahay natin. So, the black and green feed wires on the left go into our attic and through conduit to our panel box. Again, from the fact that there's only one load wire, we can guess that we have a two-wire 230 volt system. If you had seen two black wires and a neutral leading from the pole to the house, you're probably dealing with a three-wire 120 to 40 volt system. So, meron lang tayong kadalasan is itong neutral wire. So, ang voltahe nito to the ground is 0. At ito naman yung voltahe ng live wire to ground is 120. So, pero pag ginamit mo silang dalawa sa source natin kasi AC, so meron tayong 230 volts. So, yun ang have a 2-wire 230 volt system. So, sa iba naman merong 3-wire 120 or 240 volt system katulad nito. So, meron kang dalawang 120 at isang 0. So, there are two types of overhead service drops. So, mass and clevis. A mass service drop is illustrated in the figure. The term mass refers to the conduit and weatherhead that extend upward from the roof. The service drop is attached to the mast at the mast knob. Mast type service drop. So, ito yung mast service drop natin. So, ang pinagkaiba lang ang significant lang sa mast service drop is nasa taas to ng roof. Yung clevis naman, so the conductiles or drip loops serve two purposes. Firstly, they provide slack that reduce any mechanical stress on the power lines. This is referred to as strain relief. Second, they prevent any water due to rain from traveling along the lines into the service drop conduit. A clevis service drop has fasteners that secure the power lines or triplex cable. So ang weatherhead natin is naka-attach sa gilid ng mga bahay-bahay natin. Ito yung kadalasan na ginagamit sa mga residential. So, this distinguishes the clevis service drop from the mass service drop. So, pupunta dito yung triplex cable natin, tsaka dito magtatap yung dito kukuha ng source papunta dun sa weatherhead. Galing dito sa Clevis. So, they provide slack that reduces mechanical stress and they prevent any water from traveling along the lines. Kasi dito tutulo yung tubig imbes na dito, at safe siya dito sa under ng roofing ng bahay. So pag tutulo yung ulan, dito magdo-drop imbes na dito sa aangat dito sa service ay sa weatherhead. Compare dito, pwedeng pag ulan dito ay tatamaan yung weatherhead natin. So wala siyang roofing, so mas preferred to. So sunod na equipment natin is service meter. So service meters, so common na to sa atin. So stated, the service meter measure the amount of energy that is used by the customer. Two electrical services meters are shown in the figure, one providing an analog display or rotary dials and the other providing digital display. So meron tayong General Electric at meron tayong digital. So kung napapansin nyo, ang pag-ikot nito is clockwise ang una, second is counterclockwise, and so on, alternating sila. So the electric service measures in kilowatt hour. So na-discuss 'di ba natin sa last lesson na na-prove natin ang kilowatt hour na energy. So at kung ano ang value niya sa joules. So no need to look into that anymore. So pero where P in watts, T in hours, and 1 denominator equation for power to kilowatts. So marunong na tayo mag-derive nito. Balikan nyo na lang. Okay. So sunod, the dials on the meter in figure 6A, left to right, the ways of the dials formula to ay 1,000, multiplier is 1,000, ay 10,000, 1,110, and 1. So kung titingnan nyo yun, meron tayong 4 dito, 5, 9, 2, tsaka 0. So kung tatansyahin natin, meron tayong nakonsumo na 45,120 kilowatt hours. So kung gusto natin yan i-convert, so for 45,920 kilowatt hour to joules, ay simply titingnan natin ito na watts ay 1,000. Yung watts is joules per second, saka yung is 3,600 second. So almost ilan yan? So marami tayong nakonsumong joules. 920 45920 times 1,000 times 3,600. So cancel itong seconds, meron tayong approximately 165.312 times 10 raised to 9 joules. So yun yung pag-convert from kilowatt hour to joules. So note that the analog meter rotates in alternating direction, that is, the dial on the left rotates counterclockwise, the next rotates clockwise, and so on. Any repairs required in the service ramp or service meter are made by utility with no charge to the customer. However, any problems beyond the service meter are customer's responsibility. So, pag may mga repairs tayo in the service trap, service meter, ay tawagan natin yung utility provider natin or yung power substation natin. So, pwedeng Soreco na papacheck natin, paayos natin. Kasi bumabayad tayo sa kanila ng kasi kasama na yun sa binabayadan natin. So any problems beyond sa, kunwari, nakalampas na ng panel board, nakalampas na tayo ng panel board within the house, ay di na yun sakop ng Soreco or ibang power service provider natin. So, sunod is ang main disconnect. So, every residential service entrance must provide a means of disconnecting the electrical power in case of emergency. So, vital to sa mga bahay natin. Kunwari, lalo na yung mga bahay na malalaki talaga. Or yung mga, kunyari, may mga aircon or mga bahay na susceptible sa apoy. So, kailangan ito in case na, kunwari, nagka-apoy sa banyo, sana hindi naman, ay madaling mabababa yung ay madaling mapuputol yung kuryente sa bahay para hindi na lumala yung apoy. So, ito vital talaga to lalo sa mga industry, sa eskwelahan at mga commercial buildings, sa mga bahay na kunwari mga may aircon kayo sa bahay nyo, may ref. So, mga susceptible sa apoy ay kailangan ito sa labas. Pero kung maliit lang yung loading nyo sa bahay at wala namang kayo kadalasan dun, so no need na gawin ito. Pero mas safe kung meron ganito. So ang encasing na ginagamit dito kadalasan is NEMA 3. So outdoor use primarily to provide a degree of protection against rain, sleet, wind, blown, dust, and damage from external ice formation. So the National Electric Manufacturer Association NEMA uses standard rating system that defines the types of environments in which electrical enclosure can be used. So regardless of the type of disconnect used, the breakers must be in series with both hot lines. The main disconnect must cut power, interrupt current all circuits. This can accomplish if it's connected series with them. So, natatagpuan tong main disconnect is inserted between the service meter and the control panel. So, bago pumasok sa control panel natin, ay dadaan muna natin dito. So, clear. So, di ba ito na yung galing sa labas sa dalawang wire, yung hot tsaka neutral. So, papasok to sa service meter natin. Tapos, dadaan yung dalawang wire ulit sa NEMA. Or pwedeng tatlo kung 3 wire system or 2 wire system. So, kung 2 wire, dalawa lang muna gawin natin. Ito yung disconnect switch. So, main disconnect. So, yung dalawang wire is papasok na dun sa panel natin. Panel board. So, ito na panel board is papunta na sa mga gamitin natin sa bahay. Kaya ilaw, lights, mga saksakan, utilities. So, di ba third year kayo, civil engineering. So, ito yung basic na sa kunyari sa construction, sa mga residential is ito yung basic. So, kailangan to sa industrial. So, next is a typical residential service panel is illustrated in figure 8. So, ito yung typical na panel board sa industrial. So the power and neutral lines enter the service panel. Two hot wires lines connected black and red are connected to the main breaker, a double pole double throw switch that serves the main disconnect for the service entrance. So two hot lines, uh, black and red. So mapapansin naman natin, ito pala yung wiring. Ang wiring color coding nito is hindi sa Philippines kundi sa British ata ito. So black and red is yung two hot wires natin, tsaka yung white natin is yung neutral. So itong green dito is yung grounding. So when the main sa Philippines naman yung green talaga natin is yung grounding. Sa Philippines yung white natin yung hot, white yung neutral, black yung hot pag two-wire system. So, by alternating power buses, the loads are balanced between two service inputs that is nearly equal to the number of circuits draw power from the black line and red power line. So, a 240 connection can be made using breakers that are connected adjacent to 120 volts bus connection. For example, a 240 volts is formed by top two breakers in the figure. So, ito yung kadalasan na system ay makita nyo sa mga residential. So, ay sa industrial. Pag sa residential naman, dito sa lugar natin, ay makita lang natin ito nung kadalasan ganito lang yung panel board natin. Ito lang kadalasan yung panel board natin. Ito yung main breaker para sa panel. At saka ito yung kunyari sa ilaw natin. Ilaw. Outlets. May mga service utility kunyari sa aircon. Sa rep. At iba pang mga circuit. Kunyari dalawang circuit nyo sa ilaw kasi up and down. So in later part, pag finals natin ay tuturuan ko kayo kung paano basic calculation na pagpili ng circuit breakers. So sunod, circuit breaker. So circuit breaker is an overcurrent protection device that it acts as a switch that can open and close manually, and importantly, it automatically trips off switch opens circuit when current flowing through, shading the rating circuit. So, di ba tinuro ko na sa inyo kung paano mag-calculate ng amperes. So, itong pag nakakita kayo ng breaker na 30 amps, so itong 30 amps na to is yung limit ampere niya. So, pag may dumaloy doon ako na current na 30 ampere sa wire, is automatic mag-off ito. Which is, dapat ganun yung mechanism ng circuit breakers. Kasi pine-prevent niya yung mag-cause ng damage sa system. So, pag dito nag-trip, at pag kunyari sira yung breakers nyo, di yan nag-trip. So, ang tatamaan yan, kunyari ito yung panel board, yung tatamaan yan, nasunod is yung disconnect switch. Kasi sa disconnect switch natin, meron rin dyan overcurrent protection or circuit breaker. So, pag di gumana yung circuit breaker at may surge ng current na kunyari 500 amperes, ay na short circuit, ay kadalasan yung short circuit natin is nasa 5K. So, kunwari, may 5, nag-short circuit, may nagdikita na wire, instantaneous nagkaroon ng 5,000 amperes. So, di nag-trip tong breaker natin sa main breaker. Kasi medyo may sira nga. So, sunod na tatamaan niya ito. So, pag sira rin to, ang sunod na tatamaan nito is yung sunod-sunod na. Babypass na nito yung meter. Sunod na yung transformer. Na maaring kunyari, yun na yung nagkakos ng mga kunyari siya shutdown or biglang pagputok ng mga transformer. pagputok ng transformer. Ito, di ba nakita natin may dalawang sungay sa poste. So, yan yung nagkakos ng transformer. Hindi nag-trip yung breaker sa bahay. Wala kayong main disconnect switch. Kadalasan wala tayong main disconnect switch. So, tatamaan niya nun is yung transformer. So, dapat yung breaker natin is yung may kalidad or pinapalitan natin, or yung di bali lang may brand, basta safe tayo. So, maganda pa dito is kunwari may nagdikit na ng wire. So, pag hindi pa nag-trip yung breaker, maaring mag-cause yun ng heat. Kasi high ampere na yun, pwede ito mag-cause ng heat pag sobrang amperes na. So, yun yung kadalasan nagkakaroon ng sunog. So, may nagdikit na ng dalawang wire at hindi pa nag-action tong breaker natin, or nasira na yung breaker natin. So, kung sa system nyo palaging may nagtitrip or palagi ito nagtitrip na breaker, may mali sa system, at yung paulit-ulit na pagtitrip or pag-surge ng current is pwedeng masira na yung circuit breaker at pwede nang palitan. So, kunwari tinaas mo to sa bahay nyo at biglang bumababa, wag nyong pilitin na itaas lang to. Malamang may problema na sa linya ng bahay nyo. So, hanggang dito lang muna tayo. So, basic lang yung tinuturo ko kasi para hindi kayo masyadong ma-overload ng information. At ito lang yung mga vital points kung sakaling may concerned kayo sa mga wiring sa mga residential. So, God bless. Thank you. Keep safe, and thank you for listening. So, pag may mga questions kayo, kindly i-chat nyo na lang ako or i-email. Mas gusto ko yun na nag-chat kayo para humingi ng clarifications. So, after nito is sagutan yung activity. So, God bless and thank you.